Wow, absolutely stunning. For today's video, we're going to be installing those parts on there. Alright, so here we have a stock Mini SE nose, with the exception of these black trim rings. I've already pulled off the original chrome trim rings and put the black trim rings on. I did that off camera, just something I got excited to do when my box showed up. But today we're taking the nose of the car off and installing the blacked out grille. Alright, so one of the aspects of doing this is the Mini SE nose is almost totally blocked off with the exception of this thin slit here, whereas the grille from the standard Mini Cooper S is totally open. Now there is also a gap under this chrome strip here, and that gap would pretty much correspond with this gap here. So it's too open, and I'm worried about not so much loss of efficiency and air drag, but more getting too much water in amongst the electronics. So to that end, I hunted around my shop and found just a piece of glossy black plastic from another project here. So I trimmed that. Let me show you here. Flip this around. I trimmed this piece of glossy plastic. Made sure I had the messy side inward and the shiny side outward, so it fits inside this new Mini Cooper S grille. And I'll use just a couple simple fasteners, maybe even just a couple plastic zip ties or basic fasteners. And what that does is it completely blocks off the grille and even gives it a nicer gloss black look rather than being open. And yet it still is open on the backside bottom, so items, pieces of debris or leaves that go in there or water will still be able to fall down and out the bottom of the grille on the inside. So pretty excited about that look. So we'll go ahead and fasten that to the new grille and then begin taking the nose section off. Alright, so step one, once you've opened the hood, is to remove these Torx head screws. There are 5, so we'll go ahead and do that here. Alright, so there are a couple more screws that are behind this bumper section here that we need to take these side trims off, so we'll go ahead and address that next. Alright, so in order to pop these off, there's clips back here, and they're prone to breaking, so you want to get yourself some kind of a plastic pry tool. This happens to be for bicycle tires, so we go ahead and get behind here and pop the clips off. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down and do that next here. Alright, so once you have both driver and passenger side screws removed, then there are a series of 8mm hex head screws all the way along the bottom. And if you don't have an 8mm and you're in the US, then a trusty 5/16 will work. So we'll go ahead and remove those, and that should allow us to remove the entire nose section. Alright, so I've removed all those screws, and once you have the screws removed, the front section, well, you have to kind of work at it to get it off, but we'll go ahead and remove that next, and then begin removal of the grille sections from the plastic nose of the car. Alright, so there it is, the nose section removed. And you also have to unplug these plugs, these connectors, from the fog lights there. And we'll look around here. Fascinating. I'm pretty sure this is the pedestrian signal, warning signal, so that's kind of interesting. So yeah, fascinating. Maybe I'll try and disconnect that and see if that is indeed that component. So alright, well, as a point of interest, if you unplug the pedestrian warning device, you get error on the screen. So if you wanted to disable that, you would have to remove the device and maybe disconnect the speaker or something, but it actually senses if you unplug the wire harness from the system. This would be the horn back here. So there's the aluminum support in the front, crash structure, air conditioning condenser. I think I need to get in from out of the rain. All right, so once you get the nose section off, lay it down on a towel or some other soft surface. You could also lay it in the grass, and you're going to need to remove all of these clips. There are clips that go all the way around the perimeter and along the center that hold both the bumper section and the upper grille section on, and so we have to address all of those clips. So we'll go ahead and do that next. All right, so there is the nose section, and this is the tow bar access door there. Get that back on. So there is the nose section. On the electric Mini, it's all in one piece. So there's that, and it is it's kind of interesting. On the let me set this aside and show you something here. So on the back side here, there are these plastic pieces, and it says Mini BEV, battery electric vehicle. So this is and then it even says BEV front grille here. Sorry, the orientation of the lettering is upside down there. So there are these little filler pieces, left and right sides, that are to block off a little bit of the airflow for the battery electric car. So I'm going to leave those there. And let's see, this is the nose section without the electric nose grill on it. So we'll go ahead and install the Mini Cooper S black parts now. And the same thing holds true. You have to snap in all of those clips around the perimeter. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Now for this part, on the gas Mini Coopers, there is a center grill, which is a sort of a bumper section, and then the upper grill are two separate pieces. So whereas with the electric, it comes off as one piece. So two pieces go on separately. Well, I was wrong. These little side air diverters need to come off in order for the for that center front grill to fit on. So I removed those, and we'll go ahead and put the upper grill on next. So far so good. So now I'm going to put the gloss black trim. So now I'm going to put the gloss black trim around the outside, and we should be ready to fit the nose section back on the car. So you can hear the little snap clips clicking in place as you push the black trim all the way around and snap it on. So there you go, a little dusty, but go ahead and turn the camera back around and fit it to the car. All right, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is make sure that I plug these connectors back into the fog lights, as well as reattaching this outside temperature probe to its mount position. Now, they don't give a whole lot of slack on the wire, so you need to hold the nose section up very close and reach back and do this. This would actually be easier as a two-person job, but I'm going to see if I can do it on my own here. All right, well, the nose section is on, so I'll close the hood and we'll give it a walk around, see how it looks. Wow, wow, wow. I really, really like that. That looks fantastic. I don't think I could possibly be any happier with it. It looks really, really good. All right, so that's the nose conversion. So to recap, there are some Torx screws over the top. There are a handful of 8mm hex screws that go inside the wheel wells and along the bottom of the nose section, as well as these side plastic fender lips get popped away. Then you pull the nose section off and then work with all of the clips around the nose section. So if you look, you can see my my gloss black little air deflector inside there. So I don't know if that's 100% necessary, but I wanted to reduce how much junk made its way into the car. There is still this gap in here, which corresponds with the gap in the center of the nose grill from the original gray electric car grill. So I couldn't possibly be any happier with it than I am. This thing is it's wonderful. It's exactly what we wanted. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I know it was kind of a convoluted video. It was raining today and I didn't have anyone to help me out with the camera, but I will keep you guys posted as we do more work on the Mini Cooper. And yeah, I would also like to take the nose back off to get to that pedestrian warning device and see if there's a way that I can add a switch to it to turn it on or off. But for now, it's plugged back in and working fine. So I'm about ready to go get the wife and see what she thinks of it. So anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. And as always, stay charged. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye now. Wow, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I couldn't be happier with it. That is beautiful.